What's up, everybody? Now we're ready. Now we're ready to react. You know, I do try to stay out of stuff as much as I can. But in this case, this is a unique situation where here's someone who I've had an interaction with years ago. Interacting with another group that I've had interactions with. They're at each other's throats. And everyone is telling me piecemeal each stream, oh, did you hear this happened, that happened? No, I am removed. I don't really care about this internet drama stuff. I don't involve myself in it. But I hear about it every day when people come by and tell me, did you hear this happened, that happened, and stuff like that. You know, it's interesting, obviously, to be kind of in the middle and have associations with various people. Vegeta Bull, I could not give two shits who else is streaming. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to work my schedule around other streamers. I don't give a shit. To be honest, isn't it funny that normally there wouldn't have been a stream tonight, and now all of a sudden, because I announced I'm doing a special stream tonight, there's a stream tonight. Isn't that funny? Over 2 weeks ago, I very briefly, for like maybe 40 minutes, I talked about this topic on one of my podcasts, and I had my editor edit it down, put out a video about it, and it did more numbers than most of the content that I do on my DSP gaming channel. Ben Shapiro jump scare right at the start. That's not cool. Again, I want to preface this by saying I've had an interview with this guy many years ago. All right, out of the blue, he kind of contacted me, said he wanted an interview. Did a little bit of research, said, okay, this guy's pretty big on YouTube or whatever. Did the interview. It was essentially a softball interview. Okay, now I'm not a political guy, therefore it wasn't about politics. It was about drama and stuff. But it ended up being a decent interview, I would say. And it put me in a good light, I think. I never really had association with him. Every once in a while, maybe over the years, I'd say hello to him or something. You know, nothing major, never did any more content with him or anything like that. I'm just taking this at face value from what Joon the King, the documentarian, is saying. Like, why would anyone know that you have irritable bowel syndrome? And like for example, I made a big mistake years ago. All right, I did, 100%. Out of nowhere, my foot started swelling. And I took a picture of it and shared it with the internet saying, hey, does anyone know what this is? And of course, everyone's making fun of me saying, what did you do? Did you break your leg or this or that? So come to find out, I had gout. But I shared it with the internet. I never should have. Because since then, it's been a thing. Like, I think it was 2015. So here it is, 2026. 11 years, everyone making fun of me. Phil has gout. Phil has gout, right? Now, the good news is I don't really have flare-ups or problems with it anymore. Since then, I don't tell you guys anything about any medical stuff whatsoever in my life or nothing. I consider that oversharing. How on earth did anyone find out that he had irritable bowel syndrome and that he had peed around his house? Like, huh? And then he has to say that on stream and be like, oh, well, my coping of it is that I own my house. I can pee wherever I want. I mean, I own my house. I can pee wherever I want to, but I don't really want to. Ideas of scale here. His personal vlogging style channel has 255,000 subs, which is more than my main channel. My main channel, DSP Gaming, has like 201,000 or something like that. Grifting is the act of obtaining money, property, or personal gain through deceit, manipulation, and confidence tricks rather than physical force. A grifter or con artist exploits trust, often using false promises or scams to trick individuals, and is characterized as a form of small-time or clever theft. When I was in university, or college, or whatever you want to call it, I was there on a partial scholarship, and I had to maintain a certain GPA in order to keep going, or else they were going to get rid of my scholarship, and I couldn't afford to go anymore. And already I was working and had personal loans and things that I was paying off. But I'll admit it, I slacked off too. Like when I was in college, I honestly kind of lost faith in the education system because I busted my butt all high school, got to college just to find out the college isn't very good. Like the teachers weren't very good. I wasn't really learning. I was trying to learn coding. And this is, you know, when coding with right before the bubble burst on the whole tech industry, the computer science industry. And the teacher was atrocious. Couldn't even teach me how to code. Instead, he was just like assuming you already knew how to do it. Then what am I paying you for? Why am I coming to the university? You're supposed to be teaching me and you're not teaching me anything. I also changed my major. Funny enough, I changed it from computer science like he did to business. Only I didn't do marketing. I did finance. Maybe I should have done marketing because I'm probably a better marketer than a finance person. That's for sure. He's only 1 year behind me. I started university in 2000. So I got my bachelor's in 2004, but I never went for my master's. I just went right into the workforce because I couldn't afford to keep going. So in 2008, I had a full-time office job all day, 9 to 5, and I would come home and I would grind away pumping out videos of gameplay on my original Dark Side Filled channel. So that was like, YouTube was my hobby. I never intended to make any money doing it. It was just like a side hobby because I loved games. I was doing this improv commentary. Jeremy was using YouTube as a way to advertise his online business and get people to do like stuff. He was like, his mind is always about making the dollar. Like when I started on YouTube, it never was intended to make me $1. It was just a hobby, just to mess around, to F around. So he's one of these guys that he tells these tall tales and he always flubs the details. It's just so weird to be watching it because there's parallels. Like early on in my YouTube career, me and two of my friends made some custom Street Fighter joysticks together. We would buy the base joystick. It's weird. There's like weird parallels here. The only difference is that with me, I never actually intended that this stuff would be like big money-making ventures. It was more hobbyist stuff. Because I'm comparing it to me. At this point, I had an office job all the way through late 2010, and then I got laid off, and then I flipped my YouTube channel of 2.5 years into a way to make money by getting partnered with Machinima. Again, I'm trying to relate to this. You know, the gaming stuff is what I started with on YouTube. It's what I've stuck with on YouTube. It's what I'm still known for on YouTube to this day. And I had passion for it. It's been more profitable, less profitable. I still stick with it. Never once did I think, oh, I'll just drop and sell DSP Gaming or something like that. It was just, no, this is my thing. At this point, 2014, my DSP Gaming channel already had well over 100,000 subs. It was getting in millions and millions and millions of views a month. For him, because maybe if he just stuck with one thing, it would have blown up and gotten more successful. Don't know. You know, I did have a Patreon for a while, a few years. And I think the most I ever got out of it was maybe $1,200 a month, something like that. I could be wrong. You know, don't quote me on that because I don't remember. Where's the money coming from? I can attest, again, I had a channel around 2014, 2015 that was bringing in millions of views a month, nowhere near as big as mine was. So where is the money coming from for all of this? Oh, I'm going to move now. With what money? For the record, I can also tell you something. When you're a YouTuber and you decide that you want to move and you want to buy a house, it's tough. The reason is you have to justify to a bank to give you a loan. You have to show them your history as a YouTuber, how much money your channel brings in, the fact that your channel isn't declining in views or losing revenue. You have to prove to them that you are a business that is not going to flop or fail overnight, and now you can't pay your mortgage. I know because I went through it myself in 2014 when I bought this place that I live in right now. That hits my head because I remember the struggle I had at this point in my YouTube career. I'm moving across the country. I'm putting myself in tons of debt to do it. It was hard to get a mortgage. It was hard to get a mortgage because of the nature of my work. To him, it doesn't seem like there's much of a struggle. Just throw me money. Maybe I got to start this because if it's that easy, maybe I'm working too hard. Maybe that's the problem. I'm trying to create meaningful content that entertains an audience and they reciprocate. Maybe I should just say, just give me the money. Maybe I'll actually make an app or something. Maybe but here you go. Can you just give me money on the hopes that maybe one day I'll make something with it? Like for me, okay, I gave stuff away, but I never intended to make any money off of it whatsoever, the stuff that I gave away. I would do these giveaways during the fall, the hardcore gaming season giveaway, and all you had to do was make a post on my forums. I didn't even care if you ever posted again. I wasn't trying to grow my forums. I didn't care how many people were on my forums. And I gave stuff away for free. I made a buck on giving anything away. In my way, in my head, the way I saw it was, people are already, out of the kindness of their heart, they're giving me their time. They're watching my content. My content is monetized. I am, having a good life as a result. So I'll give stuff back. And the stuff that I gave back was stuff I had already purchased to unbox. I know from experience, you're oversharing. It's too much information for the public. The public should not know anything about this kind of stuff. It's a huge bad idea to give this kind of information away. Even if it's true, if all of it's true and he has panic attacks and it's a result of his diet and drinking and caffeine and whatever it is. Now, I'm definitely someone who's done that in the past. I already talked about the gout thing and all of that. Listen, I'm super guilty. I'm watching this and I'm feeling it. I'm super guilty. I did this pity shit all the time back in the day. 1,000,000%. Because I didn't have any other income besides YouTube ad revenue and I opened a Patreon. Okay. And that was it. That's all I had. Even though I live streamed, I wasn't an interactive live streamer like I am today. I had no contributions coming in. So because of that, I was completely reliant on ad revenue. All the time, you're like, oh, well, ad revenue's down, guys. It sucks. What can you do? But hey, if you pledge to my Patreon today or you up your Patreon pledge or you do this could help me out. 100%, I admit to doing this. Come on, Frog. 10 years ago, I had my incident, my accident, my fappening. He was doing this in the magic community. Interesting. Jeez. This is bullshit, and here's how I know it's bullshit. I've been in exactly the same position. When it's happened, I can tell you 100% it's a lie. And here's how I know it's a lie. There's been companies who came out and reached out to me with detailed conversation, knowing who I was, what content I made, and people that kind of stalk me all over the internet. They well knew who I was and said, hey, we still want to send this to you. Lo and behold, my hater base goes after the company and says, why did you send this to DSP? Why would you do this? And then all of a sudden, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't mean to send it to him. It was a mistake, miscalculation. We're so sorry. It's bullshit. What that is, they want to get the hype behind it in the hopes that maybe their thing will be noticed by something positively. And if it doesn't, then they lie. In my case, the things that people say and do, the toxic stuff my haters say about me, most of it's not true, or it's spun out of proportion, or it's shipped from 10, 15 years ago. So here we go. He's going to rally his troops and say, well, if everyone's going to crap on me, let's stick it to the haters. He's drunk and he's slurring his words, and you can tell, obviously. I'm never going to say, hey, I've never done stuff like this, or stuff. We're all kind of guilty, especially those of us who've been in the space for as long as we all have been. I'm absolutely sure people can pull up times when I went after people for absolutely no good reason. Right? And kept at it and kept going at them and stuff, right? This is seriously internet 101 these days, right? Someone brings up a bunch of good points. So what you do is you don't address them. You just insult them, insult their look. This is what LTG does to me. I'll be like, LTG, I'm better than you at Street Fighter. Let's play a match. And he'll be like, up, you're sexy. What are you talking about? I was talking about competitive Street Fighter. I was saying I'm a better player than you, yet you present yourself like you're good at Street Fighter on the internet. I challenge you. Let's have a good epic set because I'm going to kick your butt in Street Fighter. And he says, your hairline's bad. This is totally 100,000,000% why I don't involve myself into these online feuds. If someone has a bug up their ass about me, I just let them say whatever they want, and I usually don't clap back. I don't even give a shit. Just don't tell me about it. Don't bother me with it. Every day I turn on my own setup, my own camera. I have fun. I make a living. I'm good. That's all I care about. I don't want to hear about any of your white noise bullshit around there because all these people are just trying to generate attention off of your name all the time. This was 2017. Admittedly, at this point, I don't think I learned my lesson yet. There are some people that are going to say that in a few segments, I said things that were maybe seen as defense of things Jeremy has done. And they'll say, oh, you see, Phil sweeps for Jeremy. But then on the flip side of that, I've been critical of things he's done. And people will say, oh, you see, Phil's anti-Jeremy. In reality, I'm not either. I'm in the middle. I'm just making factual observations based on the evidence that's being presented to me tonight. He calls it a war chest.
Please believe me that you don't have to. This is
no, clearly it's the King's coffers. After about 2 hours, it's about an hour of the actual documentary and about an hour of me adding my own commentary. The documentary, as usual, well done, right? Well narrated, seems to be well researched. You don't know because I didn't research anything. All I can do is talk to what I'm seeing, and the way that stuff is presented, it's understandable, it's well done. It's a typical Joon the King documentary. I think it was done pretty well. In regards to Jeremy, interesting parallels. We started almost exactly the same time on YouTube, but then again, we did it a completely different way. For me, it was all about having fun with video games and having it be my hobby. Never intended for it to be a job. When it did, it was because I got laid off from my 9-to-5 job. I just lucked into turning it into something that would make money. And I've done the same thing generally for over 15 years, even though it's been different formulas and different delivery methods. I'm still just a gamer at heart. And that's the kind of content that I really would like to push out. Although I do like doing variety like what we did tonight. For Jeremy, it was just about what makes money, right? Whether it's the IT channel he makes and then sells right away, whether it's the RC cars, that doesn't work, move on to the next. The marketing online, that doesn't work, move on to the next. Magic the Gathering, well, I want to do this and this, but it's not working, so do this, do this. If none of it's working, what is working? What's getting me the attention? The controversy. That's where he excels. Does he get into tons of hot water and stuff? Does he keep pushing that narrative? Does he ever change his methods? Because I'll be honest, when I started as a creator, I was very controversial. The stuff that I said and did was purposefully controversial. The commentary, that was racial commentary, sexual commentary, things that would get people talking about me and what I just said in my latest video game playthrough. But over the years, I calmed the hell down. I changed for the better. And I said, I don't want to do that crap anymore. I just want to have a chill vibes with my audience. Enough of that. I'm growing up. I'm maturing. I don't want to be that guy anymore. But there was some good support tonight. Although admittedly, a lot of it came from a few people. Like there was one person who did a bunch of super chats, gangbang style.